Let me ask you something. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you reach for your phone? Do you scroll through social media, checking what the world is doing, while your own life stands still? Listen to me. Every single morning, you have a choice to stay the same or a choice to change your life. And if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. But today, I'm giving you 7 powerful keys, 9 lessons that will reshape your mind, your habits, and your future. If you truly apply them, if you watch this every day and live by these principles, your life will never be the same again. How you start your day determines how you finish it. Most people wake up reacting to the world, checking messages, stressing over work, rushing out the door, already behind before they even begin. And then they wonder why their lives feel chaotic, why they never feel in control. But the greats, the winners, they own their morning. You see, success doesn't start when you step into the office, the gym, or the world. Success starts the moment you open your eyes. It starts with what you allow into your mind, what you choose to focus on, and how you prepare yourself for the battles ahead. Some of the most successful people in the world, business leaders, world-class athletes, top performers in every industry, understand the power of the first hour. They don't leave it to chance. They don't hit snooze 5 times. They don't roll over and start scrolling through social media, filling their minds with distractions before they've even taken their first deep breath of the day. No, they have a system, a routine, a commitment to themselves. They treat their morning like sacred ground, because they know that the way you set the tone in those first minutes can echo throughout the entire day. Look at those who have achieved greatness. They all have a ritual, a process that primes them for the day. Some meditate, clearing their minds before the chaos of life takes over. Some read, feeding their minds before the world starts pulling at them. Some write down their goals, reaffirming their vision before the distractions creep in. Some exercise because they know a strong body fuels a strong mind. And some sit in stillness, practicing gratitude, recognizing the gift of another day. And the question is, what do you do? Do you let the day control you, or do you take control of your day? Because here's the truth: if you don't command your morning will command you. Think about a pilot getting ready for take. They don't just show up, press a button, and hope the plane flies. No, they go through a pre-flight checklist, making sure everything is in place, because they know one mistake could mean disaster. Your morning routine is your pre-flight checklist. It's your preparation for success, your moment to get aligned, to decide who you're going to be, how you're going to show up, and what you're going to accomplish. If you wake up every morning in a rush with no plan, no direction, just reacting to whatever happens, guess what? You're flying blind. You're operating without a strategy. And that's why most people never get to where they want to go. They keep hoping for change, but they don't set themselves up for it every single day. You are given the same 24 hours as the most successful people on the planet. The difference is how you use them. The first hour of your day is like a seed. What you plant in that hour will grow throughout the day. If you plant stress, distraction, and negativity, don't be surprised when that's what your entire day looks like. But if you plant intention, focus, discipline, and gratitude, you will see the results unfold before you. There was a study that showed people who wake up with a purpose, people who take time in the morning to set their mindset, exercise, and engage in personal growth, are significantly more productive, more fulfilled, and even healthier than those who don't. Because success isn't just about what you do when you're in the spotlight. It's about what you do when no one's watching. It's about the habits you build when there's no applause, no recognition, just you and your commitment to becoming better. So here's the challenge: wake up with intention. Stop giving away your first hour to nonsense, to distractions, to the noise of the world. Make it your time. Spend time in silence. Visualize your success. Move your body, feed your mind, because if you can win the morning, you can win the day. And if you can win enough days, you can win your life. The choice is yours. Let me tell you the truth: motivation is unreliable. It's like the weather. One day it's sunny and you feel unstoppable. The next day it's stormy and you don't want to get out of bed. If you rely on motivation, you'll never be consistent. You'll never build anything lasting, because motivation is a feeling and feelings change, but discipline is solid. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline shows up even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants to be great. But the real question is, are you willing to show up when you don't feel like it? When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and your bed feels warm and comfortable, do you get up anyway? When your body aches, when your mind is tired, when no one is cheering for you, do you keep pushing? Because that's where success is built, not in the moments when you feel good, but in the moments when you don't, and you do it anyway. The greatest in the world didn't get there by accident. They didn't wake up every morning feeling inspired. Muhammad Ali One of the greatest boxers to ever live once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion." He didn't wait for motivation to hit him. He trained when he was tired. He trained when he was in pain. He trained when he wanted to quit, because he knew champions are made in the moments when nobody's watching. Think about the most successful people in any field. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. You think they feel like showing up every day? No. But they do it anyway. They push through the days when they're exhausted, uninspired, and doubting themselves, because discipline is the bridge between wanting something and having it. Too many people wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready. They wait for inspiration to strike. And that's why they never start, because they think success is about feeling good all the time. It's not. Success is about what you do when you don't feel like it. But they do it anyway. They push through the days when they're exhausted, uninspired, and doubting themselves, because discipline is the bridge between wanting something and having it. Too many people wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready. They wait for inspiration to strike. And that's why they never start, because they think success is about feeling good all the time. It's not. Success is about what you do when you don't feel like it. It's about how you act when fear whispers in your ear, when doubt starts to rise inside your chest, when your mind tries to convince you that maybe you're not cut out for this, and maybe you should just quit. Everybody feels fear. Everybody feels self-doubt. The difference is some people let it stop them, and others keep moving forward in spite of it. The truth is, fear is not your enemy. Fear is a signal. It shows you where growth is waiting. Self-doubt is not a wall. It's a test. It asks you, do you really want this enough to push through the uncertainty and the pain? The people who accomplish great things are not the ones who never feel afraid. They are the ones who feel afraid and still take the next step every single day. When you let fear control you, you shrink your world. You settle for less than you're capable of. You play small because it feels safe, but deep down you know you were made for more. You know there's a fire inside you that won't go away. You know you can't silence that calling forever. If you listen to fear, you will live your entire life wondering what could have been. But if you take action in the face of fear, you open the door to growth, to change, to transformation. Success is not about eliminating fear. It's about learning to dance with it, learning to act while it's present, learning to trust that even if you fall, you will rise again. The ones who succeed, the ones you look up to, the ones who inspire the world, they are not superhuman. They simply decided that fear would not be the driver of their lives. They put discipline in the driver's seat and let courage take the wheel. Failure is another word that keeps so many people trapped. They see failure as the end, as proof they are not good enough. But failure is not the end. Failure is feedback. Failure is information. Failure is part of the process. Every single person who has reached greatness has failed, and not just once, but over and over. They failed big, they failed small, they failed in private, and they failed in public, but they never let those failures define them. They understood that every setback is preparing them for the next opportunity. Every rejection is redirecting them to something greater. Every mistake is teaching them a lesson they could not have learned otherwise. Success is built on a mountain of failures, not on a straight road of easy wins. Think about it. If you never failed, it would mean you never tried anything new. You never stretched beyond your comfort zone. You never pushed yourself to the point where you didn't know what would happen. And if you live like that, you will never grow. You will never become the person you're meant to be. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. Embrace the lessons it gives you. Embrace the resilience it builds in you. Embrace the humility that comes when you realize you still have room to grow. The most successful people in the world didn't get there because they avoided failure. They got there because they failed more times than anyone else around them. And they kept going. They used their failures as stepping stones. They failed fast. They failed often. And they failed forward. So stop letting failure scare you. Stop letting it hold you back. Shift your mindset. Failure is not final unless you quit. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every fall is an opportunity to rise, learn, adjust, and keep moving. Self-doubt will try to creep in after failure. It will try to tell you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that maybe you should just quit. But that voice is lying. It's just the echo of old fears trying to keep you small. It doesn't have power unless you give it power. The key is to keep showing up, to keep proving that voice wrong with your actions. You don't need to silence doubt. You just need to act in spite of it. Because action destroys doubt. Every time when you move, when you take steps, when you do the work, the doubt begins to fade because evidence begins to replace it. And the evidence is that you are capable, that you are growing, that you are moving forward. Discipline is what carries you through the storms. Discipline is what keeps you grounded when your emotions are screaming at you to stop. Discipline is what keeps you consistent when motivation disappears, when you don't feel inspired, when nobody is clapping for you, when no one is watching. Discipline is the anchor that holds you steady on the path. Too many people confuse success with feeling good. They think they'll start when they're motivated. They think they'll act when the conditions are right. They think they'll wait for a sign. But the truth is, conditions will never be perfect, and motivation will always come and go if you wait for perfect moment. You'll be waiting forever. The perfect moment is now, the moment you decide to stop waiting and start doing. At the end of the day, this is your life, and nobody else has the power to shape it. But you don't wait for the world to give you what you deserve. Go out and take what's yours. The road won't always be smooth, but if you keep going, you'll get there. And when you do, you'll realize that it wasn't the circumstances that held you back. It wasn't the people, it wasn't the opportunities, it was the excuses you were making along the way. So drop them, let go of the stories you keep telling yourself about why you can't, or why it's too hard, or why it's not the right time. The truth is, you just have to decide, and then back that decision with relentless action. Work harder, keep pushing, keep moving forward when it feels impossible, because every step you take is one step closer. Every effort you make is building momentum. Every day you keep going is proof that you are stronger than your fear, stronger than your doubt, stronger than your excuses. You may not see the results right away, but they are building behind the scenes. Success takes time, it takes patience, it takes consistency. But if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to let fear and doubt run your life, you will see the transformation happen slowly at first. Then suddenly, it will feel like everything is falling into place. But it wasn't luck, it wasn't chance, it was the result of discipline, persistence, and the decision to keep going when most people would have stopped. Everybody's talking about goals, about grinding, about pushing, about the hustle. And don't get me wrong, success takes hard work. But here's the truth, you can't have success without your greatest asset, your body. You can't climb the mountain of your dreams if you are too sick, too tired, or too broken down to even make the climb. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor if you neglect the very vessel that carries you through life. Your health is not optional. It's not something you can put off for later, because later might never come. You can earn all money you've ever dreamed of. You can buy the house you always wanted. You can collect the accolades and applause of the world. But if your body breaks down, none of it matters. You can't take a single step toward your future if your foundation collapses. And your foundation is your health. Think about the men and women who built empires, who reached the highest levels of success in business, in art, in life itself. Even the greatest among them cannot escape the truth of the body. When Steve Jobs reached the end of his life, he had wealth, influence, admiration, yet none of it could buy him more time. None of it could restore what his body had lost. And that lesson is written across all of history. You can have everything and still have nothing if you don't have the health to live long enough to enjoy it. You can sacrifice everything for success, but if you sacrifice your health in the process, you will never truly win. Too many people are caught in this trap. They believe they can keep pushing, keep grinding, keep sacrificing, and somehow outrun the cost. But the body keeps the score. It remembers every sleepless night, every skipped meal, every ignored workout. It remembers the stress you never dealt with. It remembers every compromise you made in the name of ambition. And one day it cashes the check. One day it says enough. One day it forces you to slow down, to face what you ignored. And if you wait until that day, it will be too late. This is why you must make your health a priority now, before life makes the decision for you. Move your body, even on the busiest days. Carve out the time to honor it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to run marathons or spend hours in the gym. But you must move, walk, run, stretch, lift, breathe. Whatever it is, just do it, because movement builds more than muscle. It builds discipline, it builds clarity, it builds a message deep inside yourself that says you are worth the effort. Every step, every rep, every stretch is an investment in the life you're building. And while you move, pay attention to what you fuel yourself with. Food is not just fuel, it is the raw material that builds your future. Every bite is a choice, either to support the body that will carry your dreams or to weaken it. Junk food might be easy, fast, and convenient, but it robs you of energy. It robs you of focus. It robs you of strength. If you want to go the distance, if you want to create a future worth living, then nourish yourself. Eat like someone who values their destiny. Eat like someone who knows that greatness requires energy, stamina, and clarity. Don't treat your body like a trash. Can treat it like the foundation of your empire. because that's exactly what it is, and don't forget. Most overlooked piece of health. Rest is not laziness, rest is not weakness, rest is recovery. It is the time when your body rebuilds, when your mind repairs, when your spirit resets. Without it, you burn out. Without it, you lose focus. Without it, you cannot perform at your best. Sleep is as essential as effort, as vital as hustle, as important as every meeting, every project, every deadline. If you cut it out, you cut short your future. So give yourself permission to rest, because rest is part of the work. Now let's talk about time, because health without time still means nothing. Time is the resource we all share, and yet it is the one we waste the most every single day. You are given 86,400 seconds, a fresh deposit into your account. And every single day, the clock resets. But here's the catch. What you don't use, you lose. You cannot carry today's time into tomorrow. Every second waste is gone forever. Imagine if that deposit was money. Imagine if every morning $86,400 showed up in your bank account, and whatever you didn't spend by midnight vanished. You would spend it carefully. You would invest it wisely. You would never waste a single cent. That's exactly what happens with time, yet most people throw it away scrolling, mindlessly procrastinating, telling themselves they'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow isn't promised. Tomorrow is an illusion. The only time you ever have is now. The seconds are slipping away, even as you listen to these words. Every excuse you make is burning through your account. Every moment you waste is disappearing forever. So you must decide, how will you spend your seconds? Will you spend them building the life you want, or wasting them on distractions? Will you invest them in your growth, your health, your vision, or throw them away on things that don't matter? The successful people, the ones you admire, they don't have more time than you. They don't get an extra deposit each day. They just use their time differently. They make every second count. They act with urgency because they understand the truth. The clock is ticking, and it waits for no one. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop telling yourself that someday you'll begin. Stop believing that you have forever, because you don't. Someday is not a day on the calendar. Someday is an excuse, and excuses waste time. The only time you will ever have is this moment right now. So use it. Act now, move now, build now, create now. Don't wait another second, because the seconds are not waiting for you. And finally, let's bring this home. Your life is shaped by your choices. Every day you are writing the story of who you are and what you become. And if you don't like the story you're writing, then change the choices you're making. Change the way you use your health. Change the way you use your time. Change the way you face fear and failure. Change the way you show up for yourself. You have been given principles, you have been given tools, but tools don't build houses but themselves. Tools in the hands of action build futures, and the only question is, will you use them? Don't let this message just inspire you for a moment and fade away. Let it push you, let it challenge you, let it ignite something inside of you, because this is your wake-up call. This is your reminder that life will not wait for you, the world will not wait for you, time will not wait for you. If you don't take control, someone else will. If you don't make the decisions, someone else will. If you don't claim your destiny, you will live someone else's. And that is not what you were created for. You were created to rise, to overcome, to endure, to build, to lead, to live fully. Not halfway, not small, not waiting for permission. So decide now, decide that today is the day you change everything. Decide that today is the day you stop making excuses. Decide that today is the day you own your health, your time, your life. Decide that you will not let fear rule you, that you will not let failure define you, that you will not let procrastination rob you. Decide that you will take every second you are given and make it count. Decide that you will take action now, because now is all you will ever have. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, there will be days you want to quit. Yes, there will be obstacles, setbacks, challenges. But those are not signs to stop. They are signs you are on the path. They are tests asking you, how badly do you want it? They are chances to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought, more capable than you believed, more resilient than you ever imagined. And when you keep moving through those moments, when you choose not to quit, you will discover that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. So here it is. The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. Your health, your time, your destiny, it all belongs to you. What will you do with it? Will you let another day slip by? Or will you claim it? Will you make today the day everything changes? The decision is yours. The power is yours. The time is now.